Hello and welcome to Democracy in Action. We are reaching you via Third Eye TV. We are also on the Central Business District area of Abuja. My name is Ben Shemang, and we want to talk democracy. We want to talk judgment. Judgment, is it being served on Nnamdi Kanu? We look at PDP. Are they still getting it right? Or someone will say that, look, they are just waiting to be buried. Is it true? And many other things like that that we want to discuss. I have a guest who is a politician. Twice he contested to be president of Nigeria. He contested against former President Goodluck Jonathan. He contested against the late President Muhammadu Buhari. And well, he's still alive here to talk how far the journey is when it comes to Nigeria and politics. But we are talking democracy in action today. I therefore welcome Dr. Sam Eke. And of course, he's been a member of IPAC. He's been a member of many ETCs. He's always a chief, but when you call him a chief, he says yes, he has this type of office, as you can see from him. I want to welcome you, sir, to Third Eye TV.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Now, let's hit this way. Judgment has been delivered in the case of Nnamdi Kanu. And some people feel otherwise, but let us know your own opinion on that judgment, being sentenced to life imprisonment.
My own opinion is that the pronouncement is a huge joke, though it is something that it is anticipated by a lot of people because of the way and means they went about his kidnapping. Remember, it wasn't an arrest. His kidnapping all the way from outside the country back to Nigeria. You cannot try to establish any legality upon illegality. That should be addressed first. It's like trying to get to a third floor or second floor. I came up here. This is the fourth floor of this building. There's no way I could have jumped, avoided second floor, first floor. You build through there. So the foundation is poor and every other thing. From the word go, we realized that the institutions responsible, they were just walking from answer to question, not from question to answer. So for a majority of Nigerians, they just know that it is a charade. They are trying to, like, at the end of the day, use it for political bargaining. You can see already, I saw one of the leaders from the South is saying that they are going to be a political dimension to it. But I know the Nnamdi Kanu will not be broken, no matter what he goes through. So any political bargaining approach to it that will not free him completely, unconditionally, if it is giving him a condition, he will not dance to it.
Some people, like the judge will say, some will say, okay, he had this radio station, Biafra Radio. Apart from that, the broadcast there went against the ethics of broadcasting, say, kill some people and all that stuff. And in the end, it constituted what they call terrorism laws being used against him. So what's your take on that?
My take on it is that you cannot see somebody who happened to be maybe involved in pocket picking, and you arrest him, sentence him to life imprisonment or even death by hanging, while somebody who is an armed robber that goes about without hiding, he will go and rob with his AK-47 and everything and claim ownership for that robbery. And you, at the end of the day, you are bargaining with the person, even begging him to repent. You see, we are not serious about this thing. There is a lot of insincerity. And once you build anything on insincerity, we can't work. I've said it several times without numbers. If we want the project Nigeria to work, every nation involved in the country, Nigeria, be it from the southwest, south-south, northeast, north-central, southeast, we must decidedly decide that we want it to work. Because I cannot see a situation whereby even going by contribution to the national coffer, where every other person runs to share. Tell me what today the solid minerals we are getting from the north, and we have it in abundance there. What is happening to them? But that of the southeast and south, we are busy tapping it in order to develop other parts of the country. So we are not sincere. A lot of insincerity. We are just joking. We have not decided, because everyone, both from the southwest, the southeast, the north central, the north as a whole, we are all holding back to our region. So if I may even advise, it would have been better that we continue with that and operate a loose federation, because everyone is holding back at its region. No one is interested in the project Nigeria to work. If we are interested, you will see it from our actions, you will see it from the way we speak, you will see it from the way we treat every other person. There will be equality of persons before the law. The law should be above every other person. And you will not have different set of law for the same set of people. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work. So saying that there was an involvement with Radio Biafra, I want to ask you, what happened to Boko Haram? Has it been officially in the court or anywhere proclaimed to be a terrorist group? The answer is no. What about other places? We have seen situations where people will walk. If our government officials will arrange canopy and be waiting for terrorists to come and bargain, to come and discuss. And at the end of the day, if they don't say anything, with the AK-47 and every other thing, in fact, they will be clapping for them. We are not serious. The Igbo man is the only tribe that has actually conquered poverty, conquered starvation, and on our own, whether the government is there or not there, we are functioning. Those who, even when Gowon came back to Nigeria, after he came back from his exile, on getting to Onitsha Bridge, he couldn't believe that that place that was reduced to rooms, he could see high-rising buildings here and there. So we are, not until the nation, the country Nigeria say, oh, the leaders, we want it to work, allow the Igbo man to have the same level of entering point and exit point with every other tribe. Otherwise, we are not working towards having a Nigeria that is of our dream. And I would submit here that ordinarily, to have a bigger nation is something that somebody like me, I should have been proud of, if only we are treating everyone fairly. Because one of my late mentors, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, stood for federalism. He even wanted a bigger Nigeria. Yes, at one point in time, part of Cameroon was with us. He wanted a bigger Nigeria. That was why he was nicknamed Zik of Africa. But on realizing, in the long run, that even those who were championing from the southwest and from the north, they are not even comfortable with that. Tell me, what is the population of the whole Africa? As worst case scenario, even below 1.something billion. What is the population of China? What is the population of India? Why is it that they didn't split all those ones? In the continent, in the world, Africa has the highest number of countries, if I'm not mistaken. I stand to be corrected. 55, thereabouts, right? So you now split this little hamlet as countries. And at the end of the day, they cannot really stand. Where are the resources to be able to really carry along as a country? Talk less of being as a continent.
Yes, you see, at the point, I'm supposed to be asking you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ask me a question.
I'm sorry if I have gone contrary to
you're in order.
rule.
You're in order. I want to bring out something. When you said, okay, if you are talking about Nnamdi Kanu, what about others that are like Boko Haram guys, who indeed is being tried? But Kabiru Sokoto has been sentenced. Many other ones are being tried today. So, I mean, are you saying that...
you see, this is just a case of the mosquito encouraging the use of insecticides on other insects, thinking that the mosquito itself will be free from it. There is no way the mosquito will be free from it. Do not use perfume on other culprits and use, even worst case scenario, let me call it in the local palace, the one they refer to as Otapiapia on others. Am I communicating? It's like somebody who wants to be sincere with himself will tell you that the genocide that is happening in Nigeria is not against the Christian. But I beg to differ. How many Christians have been killed in this process? How many churches have been destroyed in this process? So once there is a repeated targeting of a people, a religion, a tribe, repeatedly, and they are being wiped away gradually, it's a genocide. So everything we are running away from, the truth is staring. Information is no longer as hidden as it used to be in Africa because of the invention of internet and other mediums. You can imagine in American parliament, you can see them discussing on the ground first-hand information pertaining to our country, more than even you and I. The evidences are abound everywhere. So we are not running away from it. I want to tell you that our leaders, especially from the north, have not done the needful. And I want to also ask you, Ben, how many people were pardoned from the Niger Delta that were integrated into Nigeria Army, Nigeria Air Force, Nigeria Navy? The answer is no. None.
Well,
so why would somebody who is from the northern part identify that have done that? You say, he has respected it, and you now integrate. See, the army, we shouldn't bring politics close to them. The army, the navy, the air force, especially those core,
including the police.
Yes, but those core military, the other ones are regarded as paramilitary. The core military, the pride of the nation, don't take politics close to it. And that's what they have done in the past. And I want to hold fully responsible the APC as a party for this whole mess we are going through. Remove Jonathan, sack Jonathan was done with everything humanly possible without caring the consequences. The price that we will pay as a nation for unlawfully and inordinately, with our ambition, sacking of Jonathan has not even started showing.
Yes. Now, before we come to Jonathan, let's go back a bit.
Yeah.
In terms of when you spoke about genocide.
Yeah.
Now, some people insist, yes, Christians and Muslims are being killed. And the killing is done by non-state actors. As if government is not really sponsoring some people to do the killing because it's now on both sides. So what?
Thank God that I don't owe this statement I want to make. Every Nigerian knows very well, if you are up to thinking age, that this statement I want to make is attributable and it is owned by our late head of state, General Sani Abacha. If any insurgency lasts more than 24 hours, hold the government responsible. This army you are seeing is the best army in the world, artillery-wise. The police people you see, that's why I don't joke with Nigeria police. Anytime they go for peacekeeping, they maintain the best. They come up tops. Is it not the same set of police people we take for peacekeeping? The right environment is given to them to operate. Am I communicating? You don't send a child to the market to buy salt and you will not draw rain. You will cause rain to fall. That means you're a wicked elder. I don't have anything against the Nigerian army. I don't have anything against the police. The politicians has really done a negative work as far as they are concerned.
And you're a politician.
I'm a politician, but some of us have not held political positions. And you cannot now say you are holding me responsible for the irresponsibility of some of the politicians who have held political positions.
So what is it that you would have done differently if you were to be President Tinubu or even Buhari over the Nnamdi?
For number one thing is that what I would have done differently, that if I were to be President Tinubu to start with, I wouldn't have gone about my political ambitions in an inordinate way. To start good luck at all means. Because I believe more in the process than the outcome. Once the process is faulty, forget about the outcome. The outcome at the end of the day will give you a negative report that you cannot even contend with. And haven't committed that offense, all they would have done is to stand up to the occasion. You see, when people are busy thinking about the next election, who tell you that you cannot do a one term and your name will be written in gold? You can do it. And you damn all consequences. Stand on your ground. The chief executive of the country, this is what I want done. And it will be done. We need to get a president that have grown above sectional politics, that is not tribal in nature. We need to have a president that will look Ben into his face and say, you are not qualified for this position. We need to have a president that will not say because he's from the Southwest, majority of his cabinet must come from the Southwest. And we need to have a president that will not say that he's from the North. Then things that are not supposed to be in the North will be in the North. Can you tell me one advantage that we have crude oil in the Southeast, South? You go and refine it in the North for me? You see, people think there are a lot of wastage.
One federation.
No, there are a lot of wastages here. And can you tell me a situation whereby there are goods and services that we refer to as goods that touches the life of people, ordinarily that the government of the day cannot live totally? You cannot fix your refineries, but you can buy into the refinery that is built by one person. We are not serious, Ben. Ben, we are not serious. And moreover, if you are coming in after every other thing would have been done by your party for 8 years, and everybody was complaining, your concentration and your priority should not be to go and acquire a new jet, to go and rebuild this and rebuild that. When can we have a president in this country that will say, oh, even the money I have in my bank account, I cannot even finish it. Even my children cannot finish it in their next generation. And therefore, I'm not even taking salary. Therefore, I do not want this, I do not want that, I do not want that. We don't have presidents, we don't have leaders that are interested in the welfare of the people.
Okay. Now, Nnamdi Kanu
Yes.
has, a window when we're talking about appeals. And so, will you want this looked at politically or let the same justice, the courts decide?
He has to appeal because you don't leave your faith in the hands of your enemy. He should appeal. After all, the judgment they are giving is in contradiction of the Supreme Court position on this.
What does the Supreme Court?
Well, they are in the public domain, both in the house, that of the Court of Appeal. They are in public domain. I won't come and be putting anything here for you. You're a journalist and you know this. You are involved in journalism for more than decades now. These things are in the public domain. You can't just wake up and you are just giving blanket judgment. What happens to others? Why is it that the federal government cannot institute a case against others, declare those movements as terrorist movement? You see, look, let me tell you, in leadership, our leaders have not gotten to a level whereby they will recognize the power of silence. Nnamdi Kanu was not having this profile until he was mismanaged by the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes.
But his associate, Epa, has been jailed in Finland.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
The law that is operating here is not the same law that is operating there. Am I communicating?
Yes.
And no. Listen now. You don't conclude on the outcome or the behavior of Sam Epa with that of Nnamdi Kanu. The fact we are telling you is this: a man you told you are going to kill him in the next 2 hours will not be standing where he's standing, unless if the man is a stick or a tree. Nnamdi Kanu, when he was granted bail, you saw what happened in his house. He lost his father, he lost his mother. Lost how many people in that process? By the special providence of God, he was able to escape. You cannot say that such a person jumped bail. That is one. Two, he was no longer within your country. If you wanted to get him back into your country, there is a procedure. I said it here. You cannot be claiming to be standing on legality when every of your action is built on illegality.
So, are you saying that Nigeria and Kenya do not have some...
No, there wasn't. I used the proper word here. Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped from Kenya. Some will say, some will say redemption and all the... See, let us stop painting black to become white for us. Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. And this is not the first time that the late president is doing such a thing. So, in this modern age, there are things you don't go into. By the time you go into it, you are even causing more chaos. Like I said too, you ask me what will I have done differently? You approach the security challenges comprehensively without sparing any person. Second term shouldn't be a priority to you, number one. It shouldn't be a priority to you. And once you are in accounting, you don't need to tell us you are transparent. We will see it too. Transparency speaks for ISCON. So your action as a leader will speak. How you go about it, we speak. What you do, we speak. And that's what we want in this country. We want a leader that is a unifier. A leader that will not come tomorrow. Before, when Buhari was there, people were complaining that the appointments were more in the north. But I want to tell you now, compared to here now, it could be more than during Buhari. So when you see such leadership, you can see we are driven. We're not getting out. And that is not what we need. We need to see capacity leaders. Leaders that will look into your face and tell you have done wrong. Leaders that can challenge those in the north, the governors, and ask them what is happening to these mineral resources that the returns are not coming on this table.
Now, how about to see this path, the way to 2027?
Yeah.
With Nnamdi's case at the center of it all.
Yes.
So, I mean, does it augur well for this country?
You see, even the administration, I would want everything to augur well for the country. Let us even concentrate on the administration. Because people will say the government of Tinubu. No, it's not the government of Tinubu, not the government of Buhari, not the government of any Igbo man or Yoruba man, but the government of the people of Nigeria. Why it is the administration of Tinubu? The administration of President Tinubu, all this thing is not auguring well. You can see when a man is even offering explanations when you didn't ask him. Diplomatic shuttling here and there than before. Nobody is now sitting with his leg crossed and picking his teeth as if he has eaten meat and he's trying to remove. No, everybody is on his toes because they are offering explanations to those who should offer explanations to. We cannot be talking about sovereign nation when you have not respected another country's sovereign nation. Sovereignty. Yes. Am I communicating? Some people will say, this shouldn't happen, this person shouldn't come, this person. The leaders have not shown capacity. Remember, I didn't say the Nigerian army. I said leadership has not shown capacity. There is no way you will bring enemy into your family and the enemy is living into your family and you want to win a war against the enemy. It has never been done in any way now.
Okay. Now, you were a member, sitting member, an official of this inter-party advisory council.
Yeah.
And it's an umbrella for all
political parties. Exactly.
So, at what point can IPAC come into this in this show? Do I call it a show? In these activities of Nigeria?
I want to clarify with every spirit of humility and in every clear terms, remind us that IPAC is an advisory council. It has no ability to enforce.
Yeah, but good advice can bring good result. Is it the Chinese who say good thinking, good product?
I thank God you say the Chinese, you didn't say the Nigerians. Nigerians,
the Japanese, right?
Even anyone you call them, but they are not African, they are not Nigerians. Any Nigerian in party, any Nigerian in power is deft to advise. Any Nigerian in power, we are yet to see the ones that will change. But those we have had in the past. And you know, for you to be able to use advice wisely, you must have gotten to that consciousness that you can use what we call designing of spirit for you to know what is right and what is wrong. Am I communicating? In this country, people are not after. And we have leaders that are so insatiable. They behave like monkeys, bamboos. They will have bananas in their hand. They have not finished eating the bananas in their hand. They are grabbing more, they are grabbing more, they are grabbing more. Can you tell me a situation you have a leader in Nigeria? The leader has no less than, in cash, no less than 10 billion naira in cash. Assets scattered here and there. Still, he's acquiring more. What does he want to use it for? Can't you see it's madness? It is pure madness.
Some will say it's capitalism.
No, it's not capitalism. We want to trace, when did you build this? What were you doing before you became this and this, that? And we want to see selfless leaders. We want to see leaders that can come out and tell you that since they left office, they have never benefited just a pure water from that office they left. How can you be a leader that is what you are sought, that is what you are content, and you will still be accepting salary as a former governor? You are now a minister and other things.
Senator too.
A senator. What do you want in this life? What time, Abiola was asked, the late Abiola, one of my good leaders, he was asked, when you practice, when you rehearse to get mad for 30 years, when do you want to really practice it? This money they are accumulating, when will they have time to even sit down and enjoy? If not for greed, the spirit of insatiability. We don't have leaders that are self-contented here in Nigeria. And that is a problem. We don't have leaders that have grown above board. We don't have leaders that are seeing this country as their priority and not their zones and their region and their state. That is the problem. It is the only Igbo man that you will see that will go to anywhere and develop there. Other tribe, despite the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is asking for Biafra, other tribes are even working more than Nnamdi Kanu in the area of self-determination. Because they don't go beyond, they do not go beyond their zone to establish. But the Igbo man, think about the big Cubanas, sorry to mention his name, think about even the P2B, think about all of them. They are investing everywhere. Because they believe.
Some people in Nigeria always say that it's also not easy to get land from the southeast.
Please, tell
societies.
Ben, take me for my word. Bring one investor from outside Igbo land that need land. Let him tell me the state. I will follow him and make sure he gets land to invest. As big as one of the telecommunication companies is, he does not even have even a single building outside the Southwest. I'm not mentioning them because as a member of Nigerian Institute of Public Relations, I shouldn't be involved in negative advertising.
That's a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, but especially Northerners, they could say, yes, if you come to the North, I mean, Southerners, Easterners can always get land to build, do their business. But when it goes to going to Eastern part, Igbo land, it's hard for them to also establish.
No, the thing is that you see,
given a passage to do something.
No, Ben, listen to this. I have been in the North. I was born as an Igbo man, educated in the Southwest, empowered politically in the North, because I've been in the North for years. Do you understand me? But let me tell you something. There is a saying in Hausa language, do not deny it, that then they use motor travel, they know they carry house travel. No be so. So the average Hausa man can use 20 million naira, 30, and buy a very good Honda. If he wants to travel, he just enter and go. And be sleeping with his people in one place. The Igbos are not like that. The Igbos sees everywhere as home. Accommodate. See, let me tell you, once you see any person that comes to your place and deploy, it's just like you have a building and somebody is busy maintaining that your building while he's a tenant very well. You'll be very happy. You'll be very happy. So that's what the Igbo man does. That's what the Igbo man does. And we do not come to a place, buy the land, and you expect to come to a place and have it free of charge. It doesn't work that way. Look at the for example, look at the central area. When one of the presidents was in power, I don't like calling names, his people went to him and said, give us land. The Igbos are occupied everywhere. He said, are you people normal at all? When the Igbos were coming to Abuja to acquire this land, did you people want to come and somebody held you by your leg? They say no. He said, he walked them out of his office. Majority of the lands you are seeing that is owned by the Igbos now were allotted to Shehu, Musa, this, that, and Gamari. And at the end of the day, they dispose it. It wasn't as if the Igbo man was having a free of charge. And at the same time, you see what you don't know is bigger than you. The Igbo man, in terms of enterprise, in terms of business, they know it. And they look at the future. Is it the same thing with other tribes? No. A particular tribe may decide to go and borrow money and throw a party. And celebrate. Meanwhile, you don't borrow for that. No Igbo man will borrow for party. No Igbo man can do that. I'm not saying because it's my tribe, but with the truth must be spoken.
Enterprise.
Enterprise. And you can see, within 3 years of the Biafra-Nigeria Civil War, you saw what these people were able to do. The British, even some superpowers, they are afraid of the Igbo man. So instead of other parts of Nigeria to come together, work with them in harmony. Because, look, let me be frank with you. The followership that Nnamdi Kanu has today wouldn't have been there if only the federal government were doing their own bit in the southeast. Go federal roads are not there, everything destabilized. And these are the people who are the commerce. You don't want to dredge their own seaport. Every seaport in the southeast, and it must be granted. Am I communicating? The railway, they don't benefit from it. And they produce. How do you want such a people to be happy with you?
Now, look, okay, we've heard of the complaints. Let us look at the solution. How do we, if the Easterners are pulling this way, south going this way, northeast, central Nigeria, all are complaining. The Yorubas, even when they are in power, they're still complaining. So, what is the way out?
The way out is one, try as an Igbo man as a president. I'm telling you.
But they're also saying that they fight themselves easily.
No, the fighting is as a result of ensuring that the proper thing is done. It's the only Igbo man that will ensure that. Even those following Peter Obi now, they should go and mark it. If Peter Obi becomes president, he's going to go for the best. Why he was president in Anambra, that was what he did. I mean, governor in Anambra, that was what he did.
But he was abandoned in the last Anambra election.
You see, you must not invariably local government election and to a large extent state governorship election have been compromised. The APC as a party, what was their role in that election? They had already bargained with the governor. So were they really supporting their own candidate? So you can now see it. Otherwise, looking at it, give these people a chance. Give them a chance. Let us see what they can do. And if they fail at the end of the day, and we cannot be as a nation, to attend all Israel, if that is what will help us. Because a situation whereby there is what we call lack of trust. Trust matters. Confidence matters. It is no longer there in the community of nations as far as Nigeria is concerned.
So when you say to your tent, O Israel, I mean, put it for the man.
That is to mean that after trying the Igbo man and it doesn't work out, they know that dividing this country is imminent. It's unavoidable.
But the Constitution frowns at that?
No, it doesn't. You have every right to seek self-determination.
Provided you go to the National Assembly.
No, you can also start somewhere. And starting somewhere does not mean being violent. But the people that have been killing people, the one in Kwara and other places, am I communicating? Tell me what they are asking for. And you are busy discussing with them. are in a nation where we have leaders, they cannot provide security for us. The same people, you will see headquarters dropping food and ammunition for them, and we're in this country. But we are not serious as a nation.
Well, we'll come to that. Let me allow you to sip a glass of water by way of going to break. And when we will come back, and America has discussed Nigeria at length.
Yeah.
Said Nigeria is a country of particular concern.
Yeah.
There is genocide in Nigeria.
Yes.
Some are saying, take a second look at all of that. We'll come to discuss all of this.
Okay.
Our guest is Dr. Sam Eke, former presidential candidate, a Nigerian of note, who indeed is committed to this country. My name is Benjamin. We are on Third Eye TV.
We're talking about South and the North. You talk about middle belt. Currently in Nigeria, we don't have middle belt. North Central is what we have. And they are included in the North. If the perception is because Nigeria is standing on a tripod, you have Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, they are the owners of Nigeria. That is a very wrong perception. These are major tribes in Nigeria. Simple.
Yeah.
Nigeria is owned by every single citizen of this country.
If you go to civilized nations, they possibly have, stratified their political parties such that those who play at the national level are there. And at the local level, you have other minor political parties playing there. And it gives sense of belonging to every citizen to be able to contest.
And in fact, once you have joined APC, all your sins are forgiven.
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mic. It's okay.
This is Third Eye Africa TV, exposing crime, savaging the nation.
Welcome back. The U.S. Congress has discussed Nigeria at length. People testifying. Some are saying, no, there is genocide. Some are saying, oh, the killing cuts across the two religions. Oh, the killing is also done, yes, but not by state-sponsored, so to speak. These are non-state actors. So, how do you see the entire, do I call it a game now, situation?
Okay, Section 14 of the Nigeria Constitution made it abundantly clear that the main responsibility of government is to provide security and welfare to the citizens of the country. From every indication, right from the inception of APC as a political party in charge of the affairs of Nigeria, they have failed principally on providing security and also giving us welfare. That is established beyond every reasonable doubt. Now, coming to think about it, United States, a lot of persons seem not to understand the role they play in the world. They are the sheriff of the world, whether I want to believe it or not. Because without this balance, a lot of things will go wrong. And United States, even by extension, Russia, Britain, the world power, unless they want to be lying to themselves, they will be the last people that will fold their arms and see Nigeria explode. Because if we do, the spillover effect will be monumental on their own country, on other countries of Nigeria, and also it will affect whatever interest they have here and there. So it is not just that United States, they are happy to come and be wasting their money, wasting their men, resources, women and capital resources to rescue you, no. But they feel that it is, and it is empirically better for them to do that. Otherwise, if they wait for it to explode, they will spend much more. It will not be penny wise, pound foolish. So they want to try as much as possible to make sure that this thing is nipped in the bud. Because whether you want to believe it or not, anybody that is telling you why is US coming, the country's administration, our own officers, executives, they have failed us beyond repair.
But do you actually believe that U.S. will send its own troops to land in Nigeria to fight a war?
You see, there is this way people, they don't reason rationally, especially when their tribe is involved. Because what happened during Buhari and what is happening during Tinubu, if 1/3 of it had even happened during Jonathan wouldn't have survived even 1 year in the office. Let me be more blunt with you in a better way. When the U.S. citizen was kidnapped, what happened? Were we not as slaves snoring away when they came and did their own and went away? My brother, a drowning man does not care where help comes from. Nigeria is drowning. Nigeria is drowning. And our military has been incapacitated by our politicians. We do not allow them to run professionally. If we allow the military to run professionally,
how are the politicians destroying the military?
Basically, number one way is to allow repentant those who were found guilty here and there, who have surrendered for one evil in the society and to be incorporated into the military. I told you before now, it is one entity, one pride that we shouldn't toy with. And anytime we toy with it, you're as good as having a pregnant woman that is close to deliver.
Now, let me ask you this. If we know, or the military will know, or society will know, these are, or these were Boko Haram fighters, they're now repentant, and we push them by the side. Let us now say, okay, leave them alone. Pick neutrals. How do you select these neutrals? Who indeed they've always been with Boko Haram, and now you are talking of enlistment, you are talking of recruitment, and they walk in without anybody knowing.
You see, the Nigerian military is not what you just walk in like that. Anytime they want to do their job, they do it very well. Have you seen where armed robber incident has taken place before? Once a policeman is killed, they must get to the bottom of that investigation. Am I communicating? I have so much confidence in Nigerian military and our security agents, only if they take away politics from them and allow them to function. You cannot see the police vehicle that has no provision for diesel, petrol, and you want the person to chase a criminal to run. We are just wasting our time.
Okay, so let's go back to this country of particular concern.
Yeah.
So, still help us to see through.
Yeah.
I mean, are there some other behind the scene things? Why Nigeria, Tom, that's a disgraced country. That's how it describes Nigeria. With this kind of adjective, I mean, is it not just putting us on our toes? Do the best for your country.
We cannot, because we are beclouded. You see, given the sense of judgment we operate with here, it's not the same thing with people outside Nigeria. They look at things and they start questioning them. Do you know at times that even a white man, when he sees the way some of the blacks behave, embezzle billions of naira, take it to their country, they will begin to ask themselves, are you sure that these people are human beings?
But it takes two to tango.
No. You are bringing it.
Stolen, yes.
See?
A man has stolen and he has given someone to keep. I mean, one is a collaborator, one is the real culprit. So the two will still have the same punishment.
In terms of banking ethics, when somebody opens a bank in UK, you don't come and say, because he he has $500,000 there, because of that, you will not guarantee his money. It is his money. There is some aspect of this I don't even want to go into. You see, majority of our leaders, I am not speaking for the late Sani Abacha, majority of our leaders will come and give you the impression that Sani Abacha happened to be the most corrupt person. It's a lie. Most of those funds that were actually repatriated or brought back into this country were money that there was a bilateral trade agreement with those countries involved. If not that, do you want to tell me that the late Sani Abacha is the only person that have touched public fund before? Why is it that all the generals and the former president that are alive, why is it that they are not going after them? Why is it that there are no recoveries from them? It's just because, yes, if Abacha was alive, nobody would be saying this. So having said that, there are a limit you can go, even as a country, to tamper with somebody's money that he has kept safe in a bank. Am I communicating? There has to be evidences proved beyond that. And you know, in the American system, they don't just wake up and bounce on Mr. Ben. They must, to a large extent, have their comprehensive investigation so that by the time they come for you, there is no escape route. Yeah.
Now, in the midst of this special sitting, just on Nigerian matter, you also have Nigerian delegation there. You have the National Security Advisor and other top government officials in America to probably douse tension. Is it making any...
You see, when a man does not know how to use his working implements, he blames every other person. Do you know that even the present administration, they are blaming the opposition? This same security advisor, do you remember when he went to America and he was asking them to come and intervene? Yeah, the videos are online. Yes. To come and intervene, to come and assist them. He was practically begging. And if Trump, while he was there before, a petition was submitted to him, of which our current president now was in that delegation, and he decided to dust that petition to look at what can be done about it. Why must he be calling the opposition? The fact is that it is he who fetched a firewood infested of ants that invited a lizard for a feast. If Nigeria were doing what they are supposed to do, nobody will hear this. Did we hear this during Jonathan? We didn't hear this. Did we hear this during, President Obasanjo? We didn't hear such thing. It's just because that we have a party, an administration in power that was only interested in removing Jonathan. They had no plan on how to lead this country. Believe you me, whether you want to believe it or not, to a large extent, PDP is still entrenched because in forming a political party, the layers, the procedures were duly followed. Am I communicating? So, having said that, the APC was just an assemblage of different persons from different families. Not having a single or a central ideological purpose, just to make sure. Immediately, Jonathan administration was, voted out by that dubious means. I want to tell you, APC has achieved its purpose, aim, and objective. Whatever thing they are doing up till now is just causing more harm to the nation.
One will be surprised that you don't belong to PDP, but here you are praising PDP.
No. You see, one thing that is right to do is to, once somebody is doing the right thing, tell the person that you are doing the right thing. And when you are doing the wrong thing, tell the person, I'm not praising anybody. I'm only being factual.
Okay. Now, being factual now brings me to this question.
Yeah.
Is there genocide against Christians in Nigeria?
The answer is total yes. Overwhelmingly yes. And I ask you this, if there is problem and the victims had been of a particular religion, go and find a definition of genocide, you see it, or a particular tribe, or a particular group of people, and it had been consistent. It had been consistent. The pastor in the south, in the Jos, that was able to write out the names and there were marbled those that were killed and everything. Show me. Show me. It will be an insult for a woman that lost 20 children in war, for you that lost only 1 or 2 to be crying more than such woman. I do not know if I'm communicating. This is not even the ratio of 2 to 20. We are talking in terms of 3, 5 to 20,000, 50,000. And it has been consistent. So it is a coordinated attack, not a mistake. Not no, they were coordinated. So that is why there is a genocide.
Now, some people will say, well, if it happens in a place where one religion is predominant, some will say, okay, will you classify it as a genocide? For example, the girls' school attacked of recent in KB, Magal, and you moved to a Christian school too, that was also attacked in Kwara and even a church. So at the point, some will say these are all done by non-state actors.
You see, why we frown at when people toy with the life of others is that there is a saying in Igbo land, when you carry the dead body of another person, it will look as if you are carrying a bunch of firewood. You and I, we are privileged to be existing because practically nobody is living in this country. We are privileged to be existing, and we are seated here now discussing this issue. What about those who are no longer privileged? So we shouldn't in any way toy with the topic without calling a spade a spade. We should call a spade, not just a working material. We should call a spade. Genocide, when there is a consistent attack on a group, on a sect, on a religion, unliving thousands, hundreds of people. These things are not by mistake. These are not stray bullets. Am I communicating? So that is what genocide is.
We're actually coming very close to the end of this interview.
Yeah.
Even though one could see that some people are rather saying, look, time has come that Nigerians, any person, one person, small child, old woman, man also, that their life or their lives do matter. Instead of saying, oh, more Christians were killed, oh, no, more Muslims were killed. Why are we debating bloodbath, shedding of blood, instead of talking of how we become one when it is football? Look at the list of players today. Give it 70%, they are Igbos, but they say they are playing Nigeria. Nigeria is it. So, I mean, how can we come out of this that we begin to say, no, there are more deaths in this camp, no, more death in that, and let us discuss life in abundance, so good, so nice.
Thank God that you mentioned about football. Do I want to tell you that because 70% of them are Igbos, some of them have not been paid their qualifying bonuses since 2002 World Cup. If only 50, 60 of them are non-Igbos, the money would have been paid.
Well, no scientific proof.
But there are. Because the only time they even tried, the only time they even try to say, these Igbos, we are not going to use it again. Our performances were so woeful. So woeful.
But Tinubu has tried all the same.
Is he the one that is selecting them? You should talk about the NFF that is not doing their. Let us not even go there because I'm a former footballer. I can speak on that. Please, let us not go there at all. Let us not go there. Why our players will be paying their way back to come and play for the nation? Why money will be released, they will not be paid? Ben, there are things.
If money is released, it means government has played its own.
Is that not why I'm telling you that you should leave the government out of it? But as much as you are leaving the government out of it, the buck stops on the table of the leader. Because you cannot tell me that all the while that is jangloving, traveling here and there, that he has not heard what is happening there. You put a phone call across to the person. Summon him. What do you think you are doing?
Or maybe EFCC is failing.
What do you think you are doing? Qualifying for World Cup is not negotiable. Do you know the level we have gotten to in football in this continent? That a whole football festival like World Cup will happen, Nigeria will not be there. It's a very big shame.
And they've tried to open all sorts of windows.
Very big shame. Very big shame.
Well, it is here that we have to end this edition of Democracy in Action. And of course, we've seen the action via our guest, talking of Dr. Sam Eke, a true Nigerian. And like we always say, proudly Nigerian. And we say thank you for coming to Third Eye Africa TV.
Thank you.
We
Thank you,
look forward
Ben.
to having you more and more of the time.
No problem, Ben. No problem.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
It's here that we end this program. Bye-bye.